Good morning and welcome to On the Beat. My name is Kim Mastrofino, and with me today is the Beat team, Martin Chan and Joe Hildreth. As you know, we always check in with the guys because they have some updates for us, and so I'm anxious to hear all about them. So we're going to start with Martin. Martin, how's it going?
Hey, doing good. It's
That's
wonderful.
good. That's good. How's John Oliver today, the turtle?
He's chilling, as
He's
always.
chilling.
Yeah.
So,
Today's June 15th, Tuesday, right?
yes.
Outside today's pretty much just cloudy.
Yeah.
It's almost ready to some rain showers and probably developing some thunderstorm later afternoon.
Ooh. Ooh.
Temperatures around high 60s. It's a little
Yeah.
cooler, but it's not
Yeah.
hot.
Yeah, a little cooler than what we've had, but
Yeah.
sometimes you got to take the good with the bad, right?
Yep.
Yeah, good. Well, thank you for those updates. I appreciate that.
No problem.
So, any sunny days coming up ahead?
Might be. I don't
Yeah.
know. I gotta check.
All right. Good. Good. All right. Well, thanks for those updates. You did that great. So
No
now
problem.
we're gonna check in with Joe Hildreth. Joe, how you doing today?
I'm doing good and great to be here.
Well, it's great to have you both on. It's always a great pleasure to have you both on the broadcast. So, just checking in. How's Annie the cat doing?
Doing good.
She's not there this morning. I know the other day she ventured onto the screen, but she's
No,
not there now.
no.
Chilling too.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you have some community updates for us. You care to share?
Yes.
All right.
The Andrea Seaside, located on Atlantic Ave, is holding a Dine to Donate event Wednesday, June 16th from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. to support the Frank Olin Center. The Musquamacket Drive-In is offering great movies and entertainment this summer. On July 15th through the 18th, the movie Back to the Future will feature J.J. Cohan, actor who starred in all three Back to the Future films, will be there for photos and autographs. Please check out the Musquamacket Facebook page for the drive-in schedule. Also, if you are looking for a place to eat, visit the Haven Express at Dunn's Park. The concession stand offers a great menu, and I hear their lobster rolls are delicious.
Ah, I think I'll have to go down and get one of those. So thank you for those updates. Much appreciated. Yes, lots going on, and we look forward to a very busy summer. Just wanted to remind folks also that the Olean Center does have a GoFundMe page. I'm not sure if everyone knows, but our vans were vandalized last week, and so we are trying to um, buy a security system so this won't happen again. So anyway, if you care to donate, please visit GoFundMe. All right, so now it's time to introduce our very special guest. He has been on the broadcast before, but he was such a good guest, we decided to bring him back. So please welcome Caswell Cooke.
Hey, Caswell.
Good morning.
Morning.
Here I am, live from the Musquamacket Business Association office,
At your
Spindrift Plaza, Westerly.
awesome, great office, by the way.
The big office.
Yeah, well, you need a big office because you do a lot of great things, so you need a lot of extra room. So I'm glad that you have a nice office now, so which is good. So we're glad to have you on. It's been a while since we've chatted with you, so we're looking forward to hearing all about what you're doing now. Again, my head always spins when I read about all the things that you do. So anyway, so Martin and Joe are going to be conducting the interview questions. So Joe, I think you do have the first one. You ready to go?
Yes. Hey, Caswell, welcome back. Can you tell us more about the Musquamacket Business Association, the restaurants and shops, and the events for summer and fall?
Yeah, well, the Musquamacket Business Association was formed in the year 2000, or reformed. It was around in the 80s, and then it went out of business. And then we reformed it in 2000, so it's been 21 years. 21 years last month. So we do a lot of events at the beach, and so this year we've got our drive-in movies, which you mentioned, which are pretty much on the weekends right now, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then when you get to like the last week of June, then we start going like 5 days a week. So you can check out the schedule at the website mbadrivein.com. This weekend we've got what do we have this weekend? I have, this is how I do the calendar. Like I have to use like, you know, a regular calendar and come up with a schedule, and then I transfer it to make pretty graphics. This weekend is Aquaman on Friday,
Yeah.
and another more recent movie on Saturday, The King of Staten Island, and then on Sunday night, the Elton John story, Rocket Man. And then next Friday night's a special event. We have a band called Hey 19 that's going to be live on the stage, and they get projected up onto the screen, and they're a tribute to the band Steely Dan. So we got that live and all that. And then we got July 3rd, Billy Gilman's going to be playing for us with his band, the Ragged Impresarios. So we've got some cool stuff. And then we have Billy Joel's original band, the Lords of 52nd Street, coming later on in the summer. So yeah, a lot of cool stuff. We have one of the actors, like you mentioned, from Back to the Future, J.J. Cohen. And then the week after that, we have Jonathan Schmock, who was in Ferris Bueller's Day Off. So we do some cool stuff. And then we have other events at the beach, and we're going to do our Fall Fest this year. And as you mentioned, all the shops are open. Places like Alfie's and the Purple Ape and the beach store. And then we have all the restaurants open and all the hotels. So it's all in full swing.
Wow, it's very awesome that you're doing a lot of stuff this summer.
No more COVID, so we're back to it.
Hey, Caswell, just a quick question. Who do you have lined up for the Fall Fest?
You talk about music?
Yes.
You know, we don't have it all lined up yet, but there's this guy, Gary Boudouin, who was lead guitarist of the band Boston. So he's going to come and do all those hits from the band Boston with his band. I think it's called Gary Boudouin's Engine Room. So he's one of the people we have. And then we have a Neil Young tribute band coming. And then we got this guy, Richard Lloyd, who was in this early 80s punk band called Television. It was kind of one of those bands that used to play with like Blondie and Talking Heads back in the day. So we got some cool stuff and some local stuff and, you know, stuff like that. And you're one of your favorites, Professor Harp. He'll be back because he hasn't played in several years.
I know. Yeah, he's good. He's real good. Yeah, that's awesome. Well, I can't wait. Long overdue. You know, it's nice to get back.
We had to miss 3 of our festivals: Fall Fest, Spring Fest, Fall Fest, and this year's Spring Fest. So
yeah,
unfortunately, last year was supposed to be our 10th anniversary year, and we didn't get to do our festivals. So I think the demand will be high, you know, because we haven't done it. It's been on the shelf for a year and a half now.
Wow, you doing Guy Fawkes?
That's happening absolutely in October, the big bonfire night at the Windjammer. So we're looking forward to that. Yeah, I mean, I think everything's pretty much, you know, this summer going to be, you know, back to normal with everything that we're doing. So we're looking forward to, you know, having that happen. So
that's good. That's good. Well, thank you for that information. We look forward to it. Mark, would you like to take the next question?
Yes. Can you tell us more about your role as a town councilor and share information about our community?
Well, yeah, I've been on the town council for 15 years, which is probably about 5 years too long. No, I did have a little break of about 4 years, so it hasn't been 15 straight years. So this year we just passed, the people just passed a road bond. So we have $8 million so we can do more paving. And you'll notice this summer there'll be 20-something roads that are going to get paved in Westerly. And there's going to be sidewalks fixed, drainage issues taken care of. So that's really cool. So you look for that to happen. We just had a big portion of Atlantic Avenue paved, and they fixed the drainage so that you don't drive. It's not Lake Atlantic Avenue anymore. at least from the town beach down to the bridge. That's all been redone. And then we're
Looks
looking
nice.
forward. Yeah, it's nice. Then in the fall, we're going to put in a walking bike path across the street from the state beach. It'll be off the road, be like a green asphalt, so it'll look, it's a sort of eco thing with some solar lights, and we're going to repave that section of the road. And then there's work hopefully going to be done in Bradford on Church Street with the sidewalks that have been in disrepair for a long time. So there's a lot of work getting done. So you're going to see. So it's like people get mad when they have some traffic and the roads are torn up. But I'm always like, hey, let's get this stuff fixed. We're in the middle of a $3 million project on School Street, so it's digging up the whole road, putting new drainage in. That's the most important thing because you don't see it, but that water was running down the hill right into the Pawcatuck River. So now it's going to have some more filtration, whatever. So it's a long project. It's causing delays. There's traffic. There's, you got to divert yourself around St. Pius and down the other road. But when it's done, it's going to be very nice. So those are the projects, the road stuff that I think is usually pretty front and center for a town council.
Nice.
Wow, that sounds amazing. That's fantastic.
Yes, lots of good hard work, and yes, it's nice to. We went down to the beach area just last week, and the roads are just, it's just smooth riding. It was just really a pleasure, actually, because it was always filled with water, and so I'm glad that got fixed. So.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. All right, Joe, you have the next question.
Can you tell us more about your talk show and the guests you have scheduled? Who have been your favorite?
Yeah, well, we started the Caswell Cooke show in 1995, believe it or not, and it was on public access, and it ran for about 10 years regularly, where I would do at least a show every month. And then it kind of fizzled for a while because I had kids and other things happened, so it kind of became more sporadic. And then last year, or a little more than a year ago, Ben, your producer, who was my producer, said you should do the show. And then it ended up working out well with COVID, where this technology we were able to get some really awesome guests during COVID. So we were very active in 2020 with the show. Less so this year, just because things have gotten back to normal. And I really, at this point, would like to do interviews in person with these people. So I'm hoping in the fall that we can get back to in-person interviews with the show. But during COVID, I think my favorite interview was this guy, Gary Puckett. There was a band in the 60s called Gary Puckett and the Union Gap. And in 1968, I think he was the largest selling artist. He had Woman, Young Girl, Get Out of My Life. What else was his hits? But he had like 4 or 5. Lady Willpower. Just some huge hits in 68, 69. And he still sounds great. I saw him on a couple of different tours he had done with some 60s groups. So he was a favorite. And Peter Asher, who has a show on Sirius XM on the Beatles channel. And Peter's story is really great. He was part of the duo Peter and Gordon. So he had a bunch of hits. His sister was engaged to Paul McCartney, the actress Jane Asher. And so he got a lot of songs written for him by Paul. And he was his roommate for a while. And then when the Beatles started a record, there's what's his name? Gary Puckett. That's great.
Wow.
And so then when Peter, when the Beatles started a record label, Apple Records, they hired Peter to run the record label, and he discovered and produced some great talent, namely James Taylor was the first one, and then Linda Ronstadt. So he really, made a name as a producer, won a Grammy, things like that. So now he's got this Beatles show, and he's back. There's Peter, and he's back touring. And he does a great storyteller show. So we're hoping to bring him to Westerly this fall to the United Theater. If that pans out, it'll be pretty cool. And he's going to be performing with Jeremy Clyde from the duo I used to manage, Chad and Jeremy. Chad passed away, so he's joined forces with Peter. So anyway, those were a couple of my favorite people. But in the entire show, going back 25 years. That's pretty strange. 25 years of the Caswell Cooke Show. I think my favorite guest was Dan Rather from used to be the anchor for the CBS Evening News. I think he was just an amazing, just to be able to interview this guy who kept an entire generation of people, millions of people every night informed about the world, and to be on the set of the CBS Evening News was pretty cool for me. So he was probably my favorite interview.
Wow, there are a lot of people you've interviewed.
A lot of people.
Yeah. Yes, you have a lot of. I remember your show when it was at Peg-Ri.
Yeah.
That was like way back in the day. You interviewed a lot of very interesting people, talented people, and got quite a long list there. So which is good. Can I just ask you a question about Chad and Jeremy? I didn't realize that you had done a documentary on them.
Yeah, it was called Yesterday's Back, and unfortunately, due to some legal issues, the whole thing got shelved because of clearances and stuff. But it's available for private showings. So if you'd like to see it, I can send you the link, and people can watch it that way. I just was never able to release it publicly, and it was a huge disappointment because it really tells their story well. Yeah. But unfortunately, I had this, they were this duo that was huge in the 60s. They had a ton of hits. They were on every show from Dick Van Dyke to Batman, Johnny Carson, all sorts of stuff, Laredo, all these different shows in the 60s. And then they broke up, got together a little bit in the 80s, broke up, and then got together in the 2000s. And that's when I entered and started, going on the road with them, booking their gigs, road managing them, things like that. And then we did this documentary, me and Chris Walsh, the guy from Westerly, and it came out really, really well. And unfortunately, it's been 10 years, and there was a lot of acrimony at the time. So I'd say we broke up, so to speak. Like I had this period where I was like, well, yeah, you, and so years went by, and then Chad retired, and then he got sick, and it was one of those things where I was always like, I wanted to pick up the phone and call him. And then he ended up dying this year, and I didn't get to do it. But I did talk to Jeremy, and then I talked to Jason, who was the guy that I got into the argument with over the legal stuff about the show. Mm-hmm. And Jason said, you know what? I think we both said, I don't even know what we were arguing about 10 years ago. And he said, Chad had talked about me, when he was sick, and he had wanted to call, and I just wish we had connected. There's a memorial service for him in Sun Valley, Idaho, where he lived, on July 10th. So I'm going to go to that, and I'm going to see Jeremy. I haven't seen him in 10 years, and see some of the folks that I used to work with. So my hope is that we can at least have that documentary available, maybe on my website or so. I mean, I just want people to see it.
Yeah.
It was such a good story, and things happen with bands and with people that are involved in bands, and I guess I was one of those stories with a band where you got a good thing, and then next thing you know, you're no longer with them. So but hopefully we can make up now.
Yeah, well, I would love to see it. If you send me the link, that's great, or whenever, that would be awesome. And I always remember them. They came to the center, and because of you got that going for us, which we did appreciate so much, and they were so entertaining, and a big loss in the music industry for him passing away, but sad. Yeah. So anyway, well, let's move on to the next question. Whose turn is it? I lost track.
Martin's turn.
I guess my turn. Can you give us an update on your band? Will you be playing out this summer? Have you written any more songs?
Yeah, so we started recording an album last summer when kind of COVID lightened up in the summer a little bit. So we were able to get into the studio, and we laid down two of the 9 songs that we planned to record. And then, in the fall, COVID came back kind of strong, and everybody got a little nervous. So unfortunately, the studio wasn't doing recording. But now that things have opened up, as soon as my friend Roger Walsh, who's my bandmate, He's getting hernia surgery next week. I'm sure he wants the whole world to know about that.
Interesting.
It's an easy. I had it done too. It's fine.
Oh,
But once he does that and recovers, I hope to get back in the studio in July, and I'd like to get this record finished. Record, if you call it that. I just always wanted to make a film, write a book, and have a record. So I've done the film, I've done the book, and now it's time for the record. So and who knows if anyone will want to listen to it, but I do. So yeah, so we're doing that, and I don't have any dates lined up yet. I think we're going to probably play once at the Windjammer, so we'll let you know. And then we always play at our Guy Fawkes event. So look for Soulstone and/or the Beach Band at a Mesquamaket Beach venue near you. God knows we don't get to play anywhere else, so we play on Atlantic Ave.
well, that sounds amazing. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's fun.
Well,
The
bands
music's fun.
Yeah, it's
Music
fun.
is fun. There's nothing better than music. You gotta have music in your life.
You
Yep.
do. As
Yeah.
the Beach Boys sang, add some music to your day.
Exactly. Exactly. Joe, would you like to take the next question?
What else would you like others to know?
I'm an Aries. No, I don't know. A water sign? Am I a water sign? I don't know what I am. A fire sign. I have a lovely wife, Christine. We've been married. We've been together for 6 years and married for, I don't know, half that time, I guess, almost 3 years. And 2 daughters, Maddie and Leah, and a stepson, Lewis. And what else? What else? Well, those are the most important things.
Yeah.
So.
Exactly. Exactly. All right. I think Martin's going to ask you a very important question.
All right. Here you go. Can you play us a tune?
I would, but I'm not. I don't have a keyboard here.
Oh, no.
I got nothing. See, I got nothing in the room. The last couple times you interviewed me, I wasn't at work. I was at home, so I was able to bust out the keyboard. So I don't have a song. But you know what? I am sure that Ben, in the next couple minutes, has a video somewhere of the Beach Band. You can pull it right off of YouTube, Ben. There's what's on there. If you do the Beach Band Mesquamaket, there's some old videos of our festivals that Kim and myself and Denise Fazaro used to put on, going back with the one with Davy Jones, and we had Chad and Jeremy, and we had Jan and Dean, and we had Eric Burden and the Animals, and we had Jefferson Starship. We had some really huge concerts from 2005 to 2010, and so there's some great videos online of my band. One of the songs is Tennessee Jed, and one of them was Come and Get It, and one of them that was up there was Son of a Sailor. So Ben, I think you can find one of those 3 and we can play it at the end. But you know what I wanted to do? I have someone here in my office with me that I wanted to introduce you to. Hey, Coconut Kevin, can you bring one of your paintings over here to show us on this live stream we're doing? Or can you bring us a half-painted buoy? So Coconut Kevin is the artist in residence for the MBA, and he's here in the office. He spends his winters in Key West, and
That's cool.
they call him Coconut Kevin. So he paints things like coconuts. And in Mesquamaket, you'll see him down at the drive-in. There he is.
Oh,
Look. So there's one of his buoys.
Nice.
oh wow.
And his background painting, and of course, there it is. Yeah,
Well,
that's
Awesome.
This is from the Chamber of Commerce. They're doing the Stonington lobster pot tree. And so they give these to local artists and you paint it. And this is going to be, this is the southernmost colors in Key West, iconic Key West thing. But this is going to be the Quahog Republic, however many miles to Cuba, the southernmost point in Rhode Island, Key Westerly. So you saw it here first. Yeah.
I love it.
And I have stuff at Dusty's down in Mesquamaket or Weekapaug, and a few down at the Windjammer. So if you want to support my lethargic lifestyle, it would be greatly appreciated.
It's great. They look awesome.
Oh,
Thank you for sharing.
I am awesome. Thank you.
So you got an extra guest today while Ben's finding that
Absolutely, absolutely. We love it. Well, we're going to end the show hopefully with that, but I wanted to thank you for coming on. And we wish you now and in the coming months. We're looking forward to the Fall Fest and everything you got going down at the beach is going to be amazing. So here we go. This is the beach band. We got
this is a more recent one. This is Love the One You're With. This is probably from Summer Pops a couple years ago. Yes,
awesome.
2018.
Ooh.
Enjoy the video.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Who you're talking to, concentration, just sit that way, because you baby, so far away, said you're wrong, and keep us don't be angry, don't be sad, don't be crying over the times you had. Said the girl right next to you, she's just waiting for something to do. Just said you're wrong, and keep your life, you baby, all you I'll mess around. Share your heart right into joy. She's a girl, you're born. Did you get it together? Hey, right. Still need you. No more advice. Says you're wrong. Still missing love. And your lies. With the girl, it's just because you can't leave. What you love, I walk away. I'll bring it down. One more time. There's a road, in love, and you realize with the gun, what you love.